again to talk about a little update, catch up with how you've been, and share some wisdom. So, thank you so much
It's all
for
right.
now your sixth year of doing
Yep.
these. How are you? How have you been?
I'm good. I am good. Health-wise, surprisingly okay. It's been a tough year still. Every year's tough, but I'm still here. That's the main thing. We didn't think I'd get to Christmas last year. I keep showing up to prove a point, mainly, I think. Um, it's been a tough couple of weeks. I've lost a very, very close friend to me to GBM, unfortunately. It just shows how quickly this can get you, really. Um, so dealing with that, but dealing with it in positive ways. I've got my therapy that I have once a month, which has really helped me process everything and come to terms with it, if you like. But yeah, other than that, I've been carrying on as normal. I've got summer holidays now with the kids, so that's a whole 6 weeks of them at home, which is going to be stressful. So I've reached out to all my family. Everyone's going to take them for a few days here and there. They've got a great week of activities booked for holiday camp, so I can have a rest, get organised for when they're at home. We've got a couple of small holidays booked, which will be I'm really looking forward to. I never thought we'd get to take the kids to where the family are from, so we're taking them to Germany to meet family, and I'm going to visit my school pen pal, who I haven't seen since I was 14 years old. And I'm very excited. I've been learning German, good old
Mm.
Duolingo. So I can order a coffee, I'll be all right in that respect. So yeah, but the kids are very excited. Um, and I'm very excited and on a plane again, so that'd be good. Um,
And how will you
yeah,
manage the travel from that side? Do you have what's your preparation? Do you have any sort of advice in terms of if somebody was thinking about going away and feeling a bit anxious about it, what do you sort of do to make it go as smoothly as possible?
depending whether we fly or not, then I contact yourself or Omar
Mm.
and just ask for some advice with regards to if we're flying, whether we need to up steroids and get the information so we do it right. Um, Letters of permission to fly, which is actually something I need to ask you about. That's good. That's reminded me. And to make sure we've got permission for any of the medications that we need to take. For instance, the Sativex. Um, Most countries you're okay as long as you're not going to the UAE where you would probably get arrested and incarcerated. So we don't do that. We stick to UK holidays or Europe and we're okay. Making sure you've got insurance. That is the big one. Don't listen to people who say you don't need it, you need it. For your benefit, it gives you peace of mind knowing that you're covered if anything should go wrong. Doesn't mean it's going to. Make sure you've got your EU cards, your insurance cards as well. So we've got all of that. That's good. And we're staying with family, which is also helpful because it's an awful lot on Mike, my husband, having to watch the kids, watch me and make sure I don't do anything stupid, like lose my balance or slip in the shower or something. Making sure wherever you're staying is accessible, as accessible as possible. How many stairs there are around if you're in a resort or something like that. Um, or if it's a walk-in shower or a climb into the bath kind of thing. All those things that I've never ever thought about before. But I have to. I've checked with my uncle how many stairs have you got, what facilities have you got. He's offered to push me up the stairs, so we'll see how that goes. But it's important to go, and it is scary. It's incredibly scary. I get very anxious. I don't sleep well when I'm not in my own home. I have panic attacks. If it's too dark, I can't see anything. So I have to sleep with the curtains open. There's lots of things your body has to adjust to and your mind has to adjust to it as well. But it is important not to let it put you off of going away, I think. And Whoever says to you, if anyone says to you, you can't get insurance, ignore it. You can. There's websites you can go on. There's all sorts, and it might be a bit expensive. Depends where you're going. Can be incredibly expensive, but do it.
Mm.
If you've got a GBM, you know your time's potentially pretty short. So just grab those opportunities and go. You know, you can do it safely with support. If you go to an airport, get assistance. It's brilliant. They get you to the gate. You haven't got to queue up. You jump the queues. And when you get off the plane, they help you get off the plane and they'll meet you with a wheelchair. I mean, I used to be incredibly stubborn and I would walk. I'd be exhausted. Now I take all the lifts. I'll take the wheelchair. I'll take the buggy. I'll take the anything. The kids love it. They think it's hilarious that we get in a little car to the gates. So do take it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's better than falling over on your face in front of everybody. So yeah, and just take it easy. And when you get to wherever you're going, rest.
Mm.
Just rest. Ask for the help. Most people are incredibly helpful and they will help you. I've learnt the hard way. I do ask now. I never used to. But yeah, just take the help and enjoy your holiday. Nobody cares what you look like. Just get on with it. If you fall over, everyone will help you. It's fine.
Mm.
Just watch where you sit down. I managed to sit on a wasp. It was really painful.
I bet it
And it
was.
still survived my massive backside sitting on it. It was still going. But yeah, enjoy a holiday. Take your antiseptic cream as well.
Yeah, well, exactly for those reasons. And what do you think? Do you think it's the holidays? I mean, you're 6 years later, just had your 6 year
Mm.
anniversary, with the GBM. Like, what do you think has made the difference? What do you feel that if somebody was coming to you to say, what have you done? What would you advise? We were just talking about your music, weren't we, before we
Yeah,
started recording?
I think doing the things you love, and for me it is music. Um, I've I'm terrified that one day I won't be able to pick up my instrument and play it. I've already got issues with my peripheral vision, which I lost from my last surgery. It's just getting used to a new normal and figuring a way around it. I've taken all the help I can get. I never used to ask for help. I was so stubborn. Now I know with two kids that are relentless, I need the help. After every summer holidays, I think the past 2 to 3 years, I've had recurrence from the stress. We now know that stress is the big one for me. So I've outsourced them for a week to holiday camp. I've got grandparents involved. They're going to have them for a few days here and there, friends, play dates, you name it. I've got it all sorted. It's all booked in. Do I feel guilty? No, not really, because I know I need that break from them. And if I don't get it, I'm not a particularly good mum. I'm more shouty and stressed. It does not help anybody. So ask for the help. It's other people's way of helping you and them feeling useful. They can't cure you, which is what everybody wants, but they can offer you that rest. And that is even more important.
Mm.
Um, just to sit with your thoughts or do something mindful for you or a hobby that you can do without your kids around if you've got kids. If not, you can, well, you get to do your own thing anyway. But yeah, don't be afraid of going away because there are ways of doing it and ways of doing it safely. But definitely get the insurance and don't go for the cheap insurance either. We've looked into it all, and I think the cheap insurance was cheap because potentially if you come back, you come back in pieces, not as a whole. But that's our humour.
Mm.
Um, yeah, definitely. And you can always go away in the UK as well. There's plenty of places you can go. Um, you owe it to yourself to just have that little bit of normality, have a small holiday. It
Mm.
doesn't have to be anything big and adventurous. Just a break is a break from the
Mm.
normal. Yeah, it is possible. You know, we've been very fortunate. We've been to South Africa to see friends a couple of times, so that's long haul. And I had no issues at all. I got the advice before we went, and we've done lots of UK trips. So we've made the most of it. And especially when people tell me I can't do something, we all know what happens. I dig my heels in and I want to prove them wrong. And we've done it. But I have to say, the further afield you go, the more stressful it is. So keep it local. There's plenty of places you can go still, even if it's just a weekend. You've done it.
So
That's the main
keeping
thing.
things in your diary, is that what you would say? So having things to look forward to,
Yes.
and because you've been also going to see a lot of gigs, haven't you? And you've been keeping yourself with friends and family
Yes.
out
Yeah.
and
I
about.
love I love a gig. Love live music. It's my happy place. It brings back so many memories, mostly good memories. And it does. I think one of the ones last year was went to see Five, and I can't remember why I've walked into a room, but I can remember the words to those songs off by heart, and I'm proud of it.
Quite right, yeah. And it's
Yeah.
uplifting, isn't it? And that's where
Oh,
you
it
need
is.
your
It's good for the
joy.
soul. It really
Yeah.
is. And I take friends with me because I don't know if people know this, but if you're disabled and you've got a blue badge, you can get a companion for free. So I pay for myself to go to the gigs, but my husband or my dad will come with me for free, which really helps because they're so expensive. I definitely wouldn't be doing them if I had to pay full price for everything. But and you get good seats. You can get seats stage side, which is brilliant. I've taken the kids. We took them to a gig at the O2, their first big concert. They were stage side, and they now think that's a normal seat. So I have to go with them now because they expect to be on the viewing platform. But yeah, we do them as a family, and I go on my own with a friend or with a family member. But yeah, music has kept me going through all of this. Playing my instruments has been amazing. I think, well, we think that's what's helped me repair my brain, or the neuro pathways at least, and it helps with my dexability. Would you say what's the word? I can't
Dexterity.
remember. Dexterity. That's the one.
Yeah.
And gives me something to look forward to doing in my own time. There's no pressure, but yeah, it is what I live for, really, and it helps me. I've got my friends still who all play as well, so they know what's going on. They help, and of course the concert. I arrange this concert every Christmas. I have done for the last. Well, this will be the sixth one. We thought last year would be the last one. We thought the first one would be the only one, and I'm looking forward to September. We'll start planning. People are already asking for the dates, but we'll get it in. We had so many people come last year. It's the biggest one we've done. Um, around 200 people, and we raised money for my local hospice, St Christopher's, which is very, very important to me. I asked for a referral to the hospice last summer. I was incredibly poorly after taking a etoposide. I've got to say that's got to be the most brutal chemotherapy, and I mean I've done most of them now. I think
Yeah, yeah.
that's where I bailed out of treatment. I decided it was too much. I couldn't live my daily life with the children. I lost all my hair very quickly, and that was a shock, a real shock. Um, but as you can see, it's back now with a vengeance. But yeah, so I had a bad time on a etoposide, came off of all treatment, and asked for a referral to the hospice. I just needed to have that support in the background. I woke up, I think it was one morning, and I just couldn't stop being sick. I couldn't keep anything down. So we got in touch with the hospice. They have been absolutely incredible. It's not scary. I was terrified. I'm not going to lie. I had the best nurse. She was wonderful, and talked me through it all. How it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all about death. And she actually said they are very pro-life, which is wonderful. And I got reflexology treatment, acupuncture treatment, which I hadn't had the best night. I haven't had a night's sleep like that in 6 years. It was incredible. I slept like a baby. So I had a course, two courses of reflexology actually. Check-ins with the nurses. They call up to check how I was, if things were okay, if I needed anything. I've got the emergency number should I need them, which is brilliant, 24/7. If we'd had that at the beginning, it would have saved so much stress and anxiety, and it would have given relief to my parents, my family, friends, knowing that we were okay. We've got the support right there whenever we needed it. And I am now doing well. Um, Surprisingly, I got a stable scan, which we weren't expecting. We had put all our affairs in order before Christmas. Everyone has sort of got their heads around the fact that I may not make it to Christmas. And here I am. I keep turning up to appointments, I think, just to prove everyone wrong. I'm back. Well, Omar, my consultant, said he wouldn't have been surprised if I turned up to one of my appointments in a wheelchair. I strolled into that appointment. I wasn't holding on to Mike. I wasn't walking with a stick. I strolled on in. I think his response was he wasn't really that sure what was going on. I seem to be defying the odds, which is great. Terrifying, but great. And I'm just carrying on, carrying on. Um, and I had a stable scan earlier this year, and now the hospice would like to discharge me from their care, which again is terrifying in the other ways because they're
Mm.
my backup. I did just double check with them, can I still use your services? I'm still fundraising for you, so could I just keep the number? Well, Mike ran a marathon for them in June. He ran a very difficult trail run of a marathon, but he did it and he raised about about a few thousand, I think he raised for it. So we're racking up the pounds for sure. But it feels like we're doing something to help because they're so underfunded and they're incredible places. We've taken the kids there. I wouldn't recommend it as a activity as such, but they fed the fish, they were happy. So yeah, and I'm still trying to encourage people to use the services. It's an incredible service, not available to everybody, but they help you. They're not a scary place. You can just go there for a cup of tea if you want. You don't even have to go there for treatment. It's just a welcoming place, and I encourage people to reach out to them. I really do. Have a chat with the nurse, see what they're about. And it's not a bad thing. They've got such a bad reputation from other people, the perception that you're given. I mean, when it was introduced to us right at the beginning, I was terrified. I didn't ask the questions. If it had come with an explanation, maybe what they can provide, we would have taken it. But all you think of is death. But I spoke to a few people, had a friend that worked in one of the hospices, and I was encouraged. So I reached out, got the referral, and I wish we'd done it sooner. I really do. It was great, as
Yeah,
hospices go.
it's just good, I think, isn't it, for people to understand how, if they're feeling scared about it or thinking that
Yeah.
it means that this is the end,
Mm,
then can hear from you firsthand that that isn't what it means, but it can
no,
help you
not at
through a
all.
time. And
Yeah.
actually, they're there and able to look after the whole family, which is obviously really important
Yeah.
because you mentioned Mike doing the run. I would
Mm,
imagine, as he has also lived with this for the last 6 years, that that was
yeah.
really good for his mental health to get out
I
and do
mean,
those training runs. Very hard, probably hard on his mental health too, but probably really positive
yes.
for him to have that space and time.
Yeah, no, he needed his own thing to focus on rather than looking after us all the time and making sure I don't do anything stupid or the kids don't do anything stupid, which is, well, yeah, anyway. Um, yeah, he needed that time for himself, definitely. It's incredibly hard on him. I think most partners get forgotten about because it's not them having the treatment or the checkups, but he's there for everything, every step of the way. He's by my side. And I could not have done this without him. And the thing that actually means a lot to him is when he comes to the oncology appointments and he sees yourself and he sees Omar and he gets an acknowledgement. You ask how he is. which many people don't bother with. But if he wasn't here, I wouldn't be here. He keeps everything ticking over, even while working a full-time job, being the taxi service for the family. And he's exhausted by it all, but he still needs something for him. So I encourage that. And he takes advantage of those long runs. I'm not sure if they were all training runs, but he does go for a long run on a Sunday.
Or where they end.
Yeah, hopefully at the
Yeah.
front door, but you never know. But no, he's incredible, and I think he even likes it when he gets a Vicky hug. You know,
Always there for it.
he
I
gets a
think that
handshake from Omar. It's like the golden handshake.
But I think you're right. It's so important, isn't it? Because actually, like one of the
Mm,
things that observationally for yourself is that you two are such a good team, and you've made some really brave decisions when you've been
mm.
deciding. Because there's no right or wrong, is there, with brain tumor treatment?
No,
And we know
no.
that there's no one path, so you can't be told this is the right path for you because your brain has
Mm,
never done this before. And so it has to be so individualized. And you two have been so good at working together to say, actually, we're going to hold off on treatment now, or do you know what, this etoposide is ruining my quality of life, so I'm going to stop
yeah.
that now. But you've backed each
Mm,
other all the way, and he
yeah.
sat there silently, but you've gone away and together you can feel
Yeah.
that support without any words,
Mm, yeah.
which is incredible to feel, to be around and to
Mm,
be part of. So as a unit,
yeah.
that's something I think for for people to really be aware of how important it is
Yeah.
and not put those sort of glass doors in front of each other where you don't talk
Mm,
openly.
yeah. No, we talk about everything to do with this. Um, for most people, it's the elephant in the room.
Mm,
For us, we don't have that elephant in the room. We talk about it all. We've had to talk funerals, we've talked wills, what happens with the kids if we both go, you
mm,
know, um, all of those things. We've covered everything. Other people find it scary. The conversations we've had, why is it just us having these conversations? Everybody should be having them, regardless
mhm.
of if you're ill or not.
So
It
true.
could anything could happen to anyone, and it can happen quickly. I lost my very good friend last week before last, and she thought she had a lot of time, but within 4 days she was gone. You can't predict when it's going to happen at all. And yes, that is absolutely terrifying. Doesn't matter
Mm,
if you've had a good scan, it can still get you, you know. It's just knowing what triggers your individual tumour. It's not going to be the same as everyone else. But I've
mm,
learned now that mine is stress. I think for the last 3 years, at the end of every summer holidays, I've had recurrence.
mm,
The only thing that's different to my daily life is the kids being at home. They don't mean to be stressful. Yes, they're arseholes, but that's kids. They're small children. They're going to annoy me, going to annoy everybody around them, push the boundaries. I've just got to learn to step away, breathe, have a few moments, gather myself, get back to it before they destroy the house. So
And
this
they
year
are
I've learned
wonderful girls, aren't they? They are
I
wonderful,
love them
wonderful girls.
dearly,
They are
but
just small children. When you don't have very much energy, takes a
hard
lot,
work.
doesn't it?
Oh
And
gosh,
that's
it
where
does.
this pacing
It's
of activities you've talked about
yeah,
is really important.
yeah. I mean, parenting's hard enough as it is. Chuck
Hmm.
in a brain tumor,
Yeah.
chemotherapy, God knows what else, appointments. I reach out to family, I reach out to friends, whoever could have them to help make life a little bit easier. Um, I'm not avoiding them. I'm just looking after myself as much as I can. Um, but we'll be doing things like cooking, and they love their music too. So
Yeah.
I'll let them loose on the CD collection. Yes, they know what CD is. We haven't got to tape or cassettes yet.
The back
That'll be a whole
catalogue.
different ballgame. Yeah. But it's entertaining them that's the hard bit. And
Mm.
the calls of I'm bored. I was like, oh, you've got a lot of toys upstairs you could play with. It's never good enough. So
But it's
But yeah,
also normal life, isn't it? And
it
actually
is,
there's
and that's what
something
we
that's
crave,
very, yeah,
normality.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our normal. Not for everybody, but yeah. I can't complain. I'm here. I'm not in an amount of pain at all. I'm usually off my face on cannabis, but it helps. It's been keeping me going for God knows how about what we're on 5 years of cannabis now, I think. It's still going, it's still helping hold it back. Um, and we'll be having well, I think a scan towards the end of this year, isn't it? I think I have another one just to check things over. But that's fine. It becomes normality. Yeah. Stressful but
Well,
normal.
stressful but normal. I think what a great place to end on. I think that you've shared so many things which hopefully for people who are new to this or who are looking for some inspiration will
Yeah.
absolutely find it in you. And I know a lot of people reach out to you.
Yeah.
And underneath the video we'll put how, but lots of people
Mm.
reach out to you. And I know, like your friend, you've been instrumental in helping a lot of people get through moments. So on behalf of them all, thank you for sharing and keeping sharing with us.
Thank you. Of course.